It's been more than 6 months since the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School stunned the country in May. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in that massacre.
Well, now an independent review has determined the Uvalde County Sheriff's Department did not have an active shooter policy in place at that time. Reporter Matt Roy shows us what else was uncovered.
At the time of the shooting, only 20% of the Sheriff's Department had active shooter training at that point. Now, there are only 3 officers that still have not had active shooter training. Sheriff Ruben Nolasco is one of those 3.
Did the sheriff receive training?
He had not, is my understanding.
He is
and he's still one of the 3.
Yes. What I understood was he wanted to make sure that all of his people that might go out were trained.
Carter says the department now does have an active shooter policy, and it was adopted in September of this year. This review, however, did not look at the actions or inactions of the Sheriff's Department on the day of the shooting.
All right, let's see here. That was Matt Roy reporting for us. Now, last week it was discovered that the sheriff, Ruben Nolasco, had vital information he did not initially share with the responding officers, including the name of the shooter and the fact that the man had just shot his grandmother.
Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of the failed cryptocurrency firm FTX, is facing charges this morning. He's under arrest in the Bahamas at the request of the U.S. government. The arrest comes before he's set to testify before the House Financial Services Committee. Bankman-Fried is under criminal investigation by the U.S. and authorities in the Bahamas after FTX collapsed last month. At one point, FTX was valued at over $30 billion. But in November, panic set in after a prominent investor pulled money out of FTX. The firm ran out of money when customers cashed in and took all of their money out. FTX filed for bankruptcy less than a week later.
This morning, an unusual crime, and the thief made out with the item worth thousands.
Coming up, what he stole from one of the most iconic buildings in Philadelphia that has police starting a manhunt. Anthony.
Good morning. We are starting out the day really warm for this time of year, in the lower 70s. Right now, 72 degrees in Houston with cloudy skies, a little bit of spotty rain around right now, and it is going to be a rainy and warm day. In fact, I think the last warm day of the year is a cold front blast through at this time tomorrow. I've got a high temperature of 80 degrees today. Once this front moves through tomorrow morning, we are going to be lower to mid-60s, even a high of 56 degrees on Saturday. Average for this time of year is the mid-60s, so seasonable temperatures are headed our way. And as far as the mornings go, tomorrow morning from this front, 58, but then we head into the 40s and lower 50s all the way through Tuesday of next week.
Sounds good, Anthony. People in Philadelphia, they're scratching their heads after a piece of one of the most iconic buildings went missing. A
piece of brass railing that surrounds City Hall was stolen. And this was part of it, at least, was caught on video. There's a guy with a red shopping cart here. And he's coming out from behind a fence, and inside the cart, they said, is a 20-foot section of the antique brass railing cut into pieces and hauled off sometime on Friday. Cops estimate it's worth somewhere between 15 and 20 grand. They acknowledge it might even be worth much more than that.
Why would you cut a section out and steal it?
Where are they going to sell it at to get the money?
Police continue to gather evidence. This is the best clue they've got right now, the surveillance video of the guy with the shopping cart walking off.
It's now been more than a year since the AstroWorld tragedy.
And KPRC 2 Investigates is uncovering new information about high-ranking members of the Houston Police Department. Up next, what we're learning about demotions and other members leaving the department in the wake of the tragedy. It's 5:11 right now.
Time now 5:13. Taking a look outside at the Southwest Freeway. We've got a possibility of some severe weather. Anthony will be back and explain in just a moment. It has been over a year since 10 people died after a crowd crush at the AstroWorld Festival.
And while the tragedy is still under investigation, there are lingering questions about the actions of law enforcement that night, and specifically HPD.
Some high-ranking members of HPD leadership have been moved or simply left the department since the incident. Here's what our investigator Mario Diaz has uncovered.
Well, ended my career, and it was a poorly planned disaster, obviously. We wouldn't be talking about it, but from the get-go, everybody knew it was going to be a bad deal.
Former Houston Police Commander Mark Lentini reflects on last year's AstroWorld tragedy. He says it cost him his 28-year career with the department.
For me, I feel I was scapegoated a little bit. And I understand the anger for the families, for sure.
KPRC 2 Investigates obtained Lentini's personnel file. That includes several department reviews, many marked with strong or outstanding, and none in recent years that raised red flags. The last review, provided months before he worked AstroWorld as an extra job officer, shows an outstanding rating for safety-mindedness.
An internal affairs investigation was conducted, and they determined that my failure to act during the event somehow impacted the end result. And I was relieved of duty, and I just decided at that point I was just going to retire.
Landry says he was hundreds of yards away from the crowd and was in charge of processing trespassers arrested for jumping fences.
They didn't tell me why I was being relieved of duty. I found out later it's because of the AstroWorld investigation.
And Landry is not alone. The president of the Houston Police Officers Union, Doug Griffith, says there are others who feel they have seen their roles change with HPD as a result of the deadly festival.
Edwards is, I talk to him on a regular basis, and he believes that it was because of AstroWorld.
Assistant Chief
Griffith is referencing Darren Edwards, listed as an assistant chief in his last HPD review provided to KPRC2 Investigates. Edwards' ratings, all outstanding. But following AstroWorld, Edwards was demoted to commander. And Assistant Chief Belinda Knoll also received outstanding ratings, yet was demoted to commander post-AstroWorld.
She believes it's AstroWorld. I believe it's probably AstroWorld. But the chief said he just wanted to go in a different direction.
So you have two members of the department currently that believe it's because of AstroWorld.
I believe that is correct.
It is what it is.
Of the records we examined, Landry is the only one to go on the record.
It doesn't surprise me. The way that organization works now is dysfunctional, and decisions are made based on what's going to look good and how are we going to protect the people at the top.
The chief hasn't imparted his wisdom to me yet as to why certain people were moved, other than they want to go in a different direction.
Have you pushed the chief for answers on that?
I have had some very hearty discussions with the chief over his tenure. You know, we both have.
But about this particular issue?
About AstroWorld, no.
Why?
Because I don't know anything about the investigation.
Griffith says regardless of how roles changed within HPD's leadership after AstroWorld, HPD's Chief Troy Finner has the right to demote an assistant chief without cause, as they are at-will employees not covered by the same bargaining agreement as HPD officers. Mario Diaz, KPRC2 Investigates.
Now this week, KPRC2 Investigates review of the AstroWorld tragedy continues with new stories and information during a live conversation, and that's on our KPRC2 Plus stream tomorrow.
All week, we'll break down new details about jurisdictional issues between the county and city, what leaders have done since to prevent another tragedy, the steps victims' families are taking to change the system, plus the fallout related to the festival. And we're inviting you all to become part of the conversation.
So we want you to share your festival story with us if you'd like, or ask us any questions you have by texting AstroWorld to 866-996-5772. We'll answer as many questions as we can in that KPRC2 Plus live chat tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening. Again, you can text AstroWorld to 866-996-5772.
And now to weather, where folks along the California-Nevada border are seeing a lot of snow, a white blanket there. A storm yesterday brought several inches of snow into Truckee, California, and neighboring Reno, Nevada. The storm also brought several feet of snow into the Sierra Mountains.
That's from an atmospheric river, so 4 feet of snow in some of those areas. And by the way, that's now moving into Colorado. Colorado has its first blizzard warnings for the first time in 2 years.
Is that right?
From the system, and it's really powerful. And that's a little area of that is what's headed our way to bring in our severe weather threat, and of course, our cold front that's going to bring in some really cold temperatures. I know for you 40s, those are on the way. Before we get to the forecast, I wanted to share this with you. This was a thank you card that I got from a school visit from Bethany Christian. Do you see the rainbow that they made for me? Those are made out of individual fingerprints
Is that right?
that the kids went ahead and made. I mean, so how much time did they make to do this? And so I'm going to show you the back. They signed it for me also.
That's great.
That is
That is awesome.
amazing.
Here are the kids, and first of all, how great were these kids? You can see the video here, listening to me read the book to them. I mean, they're just, I love this moment. It's just great.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
Great kids. So thank you,
Bethany Christian. All
having
right.
me out. Let's show you what's expected for today. A little light rain this morning. Thunderstorms are possible as we head toward the afternoon. All day long, we're going to be in the 70s and another humid day. And also breezy today, south wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. So here's the rain this morning, widely separated and light. So we're going to have some wet roads. Annavi will tell you if that's affecting our drive to work. But as far as the severe weather, and this is really getting going now, we have a flood warning, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, and a tornado watch that's in effect from this really powerful front, and this is what's on the way, and it can bring us some severe weather also. So as it progresses off to the east, the bullseye for the most part is here in Louisiana, but it does clip us in southeast Texas. So while we're not getting the heart of this system, we're at the tail end, so there is a threat. We're on a scale of 1 to 5, a 1 and a 2 for all of southeast Texas, and the threats are tornadoes, damaging winds, and the one thing new this morning is there's also a threat for some hail. So here's what it looks like as far as the timing goes. We've got the light rain this morning, and that stays with us all the way up until the afternoon. Once we get to the afternoon, we're going to start to see these cells that are capable of producing some thunderstorms. So getting some lightning strikes this afternoon all the way through the evening hours. The actual front moves through, it looks like about 3 o'clock in the morning here in the Houston area. So you've got the heavy rain, and these are the cells that we have to watch that are capable of producing damaging winds and also hail and tornadoes. By 6 o'clock in the morning, the front is now nearing the coastline. It's off to the east, and then we're getting clearing after that. By 9, we're pretty much done with all the rain, and then we got the clearing skies for the rest of the day. Rain amounts are going to range anywhere from, it looks like, a quarter inch, half inch to an inch, so it's a little higher rain amounts from I-45 off to the east, still less to the west, but it looks like a good soaking shower, but does not look like any kind of flood issues. The issue really would be, I think, for the most part, the wind energy for some damaging winds and tornadoes. But this will be the last 80-degree day, not just for the 10-day, I think for the year. We're going to see temperatures in the 60s and the 50s, and even some highs in the 40s as we move throughout the rest of the 10-day forecast. So once the cool gets here, it looks like it's going to stick around for a couple of weeks. Let's take a look at that ride to work now. Annavi, what's going on?
Good morning, Anthony. Your ride into work looks great overall. Of course, Anthony's been talking about a little bit of sprinkles and showers. Right now, seeing some of those cells hovering over the Southwest Freeway in the Sugar Land area near the Grand Parkway, a little bit over Kingwood on the East Tex. This is what you can expect on 59. You have great moving traffic out there. A little bit of just some sheen on the road, so that just indicates that your roads are a little slick. So take it easy, drive slow. The East Freeway at Wayside looking really good as well. You can see a little bit more vehicles out there, both in the inbound and outbound direction, heading towards Baytown. Right now, your eastbound main lanes are not seeing a single crash, and that is what you can expect for the rest of our area too. We are incident free at 523. The live look at Highway 225 at Ritchie. So if you're coming in from LaPorte, looks great as well. And your drive time LaPorte is a 12-minute ride. Fantastic. Sophia.
Annavi, thanks. It's something many of us want to know as the years go by. What is the key to healthy aging? Researchers believe they have found the answer. Coming up, the one thing that you can control that makes a big difference in staying healthy. Plus, a new twist when it comes to the Taylor Swift ticket drama. Next, what Ticketmaster is now doing to make things right.
Well, it's 5:26 right now. The Alabama governor is banning TikTok from state-owned electronic devices and networks, citing cybersecurity concerns. Governor Kay Ivey says the Chinese-owned app poses privacy risks by allowing China access to user data collected by TikTok. The governor says while she does not use the app, the evidence shows it's a growing security issue. Governors in Utah, South Dakota, Maryland, and here in Texas have passed similar bans. Taylor Swift is releasing additional tickets to her Eras tour after last month's ticketing debacle. Some of her fans who had signed up for the Ticketmaster verified fan pre-sale were locked out when sales started. Ticketmaster apologized to the fans, saying the demand, along with an elevated number of bot attacks, drove unprecedented traffic to the website and essentially broke it. Some of the fans who got locked out have now received a notification that they'll get a second chance to buy tickets. According to the notification, the purchase window for the tickets will begin before December 23rd. Good luck this time around. We've heard a lot about the spread of the flu this year, and you know, it's not just among people. Coming up, what you need to know to keep your furry four-legged friend safe. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning to you. We're already seeing severe weather along this cold front that's going to be moving through late tonight into early tomorrow morning. What we can expect, what are the threats for us, coming up.
Live on KPRC TV and the KPRC 2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
This morning, an anniversary a local family has been dreading. Today marks 2 years since the disappearance of Jason Landry. Ahead, we'll have the latest in this case.
Also, you could call it the fountain of youth. Ahead, the key to living a long and healthy life. Annaby.
Hey, good morning. Factor in some rain into your morning drive. We'll be battling those showers all day long. More details on that and, of course, traffic, the latest. All of that coming up in just a bit.
Will your bank or credit union stop using Zelle? Why some of them say the convenient payment app and platform may not be worth the cost.
All right, good morning. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Sophia Ojeda.
I'm Owen Confetti. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. It's 5:30 in the morning. We're going to talk to Giannis because the next 24 hours of weather, you're going to really stay close to it.
And it's going to be really active, and it starts with some scattered showers this morning. So nothing too heavy, some good soaking rain here in Liberty County. But what we have is more rain coming in. So off and on, you're going to have some showers that are going to move through. Just inconvenient, plenty of wet roads out there. But what we're waiting on, and it's already creating severe weather. Look at all of the tornado warnings we have, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches with this front. And this is the front that's going to be moving through late tonight into early tomorrow morning. And so, first of all, with the temperatures, it's a really warm, humid start for this time of year. All of us are in the lower 70s, with the exception of Conroe at 68 degrees. Your forecast for today, once we get to 10 o'clock, a 40% chance of rain, and then thunderstorms this afternoon. They're going to stay with us really throughout the evening time. And so this is what we're going to be tracking as we move throughout the rest of the day. I'll talk about the severe weather threat that we have here in Southeast Texas coming up in just a few short minutes. First, here's Andy, the traffic.
Good morning, Anthony. Thank you. This is a live look at 290, the Northwest Freeway at Mushkey. So moving away from the Houston Premium Outlets and the Grand Parkway and traveling inbound, you'll notice that your lanes are pretty much empty right now. Traffic light in the Cypress area. What you'll notice is a little bit of sprinkles out there on 290, especially as you're making your way towards the West Beltway. A little bit of rain coming down on the Katy Freeway. If you're traveling in the Fulshire area, expect that. Also, remember, when you do see rain, just slow down, put away your cell phones, avoid all distractions to keep yourself safe and those around you safe as well. It's not heavy. Anthony just told us that. Of course, it'll intensify as the morning progresses and we reach the end of the day, but it just takes a little bit of slippery roadway condition out there, you know, to see some wrecks. So just take it easy, be safe out there. Right now, you can rest assured no incidents to report. Owen, Sophia?
Anavi, thank you. Today marks 2 years since the disappearance of a Texas State University student. Jason Landry was last seen on December 13th, 2020, while on his way home from Missouri City from San Marcos for Christmas break.
Yeah, so his car, along with his belongings, were found on an isolated road near Luling, but the 21-year-old was nowhere to be found. Our Brittany Jeffers is joining us live with details on an event planned tonight as the search for Jason continues. Brittany?
Yes, and it's been a very difficult 2 years for the community as they wait for answers. We know that there is a candlelight visual that will be held tonight at 6:30, but in the meantime, there's also a push to double the reward money for information on Jason's whereabouts. Now, this is a case and an investigation that we have been following for quite some time. As you mentioned, Jason Landry disappeared December 13th, 2020, as he was driving home to Missouri City from San Marcos for winter break. Now, law enforcement found his car totaled near Luling in Caldwell County. His wallet and his phone were found at the crash site, but no sign of Jason. Since then, his father, Kent Landry, says every day his family has been waiting for answers.
You don't want to get that call, but you want to get that call, and you're living between those 2 points in time.
So on December 5th, a GoFundMe page was created to help with searches and double the reward up to $20,000. A candlelight vigil is planned for this evening. If you would like to attend, it will be held at Blanche Park. That's in Luling, Texas. There's also an option to attend virtually. Now, this vigil will be held at 6:30 tonight. Reporting live, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.